universe. The universe. Fell in love with the universe. Tapped in with the universe. Had to do it with myself first. The universe. Fell in love with the universe. Tapped in with the universe. Had to do it with myself first.
Hey guys, Boardroom Savage here, and I'm back with another one. So, I have a few videos, as you know, that I've been talking about Jezebel spirits and Damsel in distress, and warning men about the Jezebel spirit and Damsel in the distress, so that it can help them in their business and not only just choosing a partner. Now, disclaimer, I don't give relationship advice. That's not my thing. The reason why I'm always pointing this out is because men and women, we have to interact with each other in different capacities. And when it comes to business, and me being a business strategist, I understand the impact a damsel in distress and a Jezebel can have on a business, and what happens to men when they fall for these stereotypical types, and how it can cause confusion in business, right? And how it can cause confusion in your home, especially if you have a significant other that holds the spirit. Again, men and women both can embody the damsel in distress and Jezebel spirits, okay? But today we're talking to men. These first set of videos are talking to men. Ladies, I got y'all. Don't be tripping on me. I got y'all. Men are groupies too. I've said it before. But I'm talking to my guys because I want you not to be paying unnecessary high alimony and child support payments that could have been avoided if you would have just looked at the character, you would have looked at the traits, and you recognized them, and you got out of Dodge. Now you don't have to write a check from your business to get rid of somebody who lied on you for sexual harassment because you didn't see the red flags, okay? This video today, I want to talk about why men tend to fall for the damsel in distress, right? And why they tend to fall for the Jezebel spirits. So if you can look at yourself and see why you keep attracting this type of woman, why you keep falling for this type of woman, and get to the root cause, and then you can fix that, you can see how much more harmonious you'll be able to function with a woman in your business or a significant other that plays a part in your business, okay? So, one of the main reasons men tend to fall for damsels in distress is they boost their ego. They do. They boost your ego. They tell you what you want to hear. Oh, baby, you so strong. You so tall. You such a man. Oh my God. And what do men say? Yes, look at my muscles. I'm strong. I'm big. I'm tall. Yes. Right? And I don't think there's anything wrong. That boosting a man's ego does play a part, and you should. I think as women, we should talk to men nicely. We should talk to them respectfully. We should compliment them. But it's your intent behind that compliment. It is your heart space behind that compliment, right? So, an example is, you're boosting this dude's ego up. First off, shout out to dances. I don't have anything against them. That's what you do. I ain't hating. I think it takes a lot of energy and a lot of skill to do what you do. But I'm explaining to men and women, what happens is they know what to say to stroke your ego to get that money up out of you for them tips. She knows at the end of the day, you not getting no snatch, and she's going home to her girlfriend or her boyfriend. It depends on where you're at. I'm in Atlanta. It happens, right? But at the end of the day, you're not getting nothing, but you done came up out your whole paycheck in the strip club because she boosted your ego. She told you for about 10 dances exactly what you needed and you wanted to hear, and she created a fantasy. So there's good ego boosting, and then there's the ego boosting, that's not good. That's toxic femininity, right? She's doing her job. So don't come hitting me up saying I'm talking about strippers and dancers, because I'm not. I'm just pointing out, like, these women do their job and they do them well. But at the end of the day, recognize you can't touch them and you can't leave with them. Well, some of them, but we're not talking about that. The point is, it's the ego boost, right? Men, you guys need to feel needed, because that's what society says. You need to feel needed. That is something that's important to you. That's embedded in you. That's what's groomed in you from day one as young men. As boys, like, you need, it's the gender role. It's, I need to feel needed because that makes me a man. All right. Now, disclaimer, I'm not here to tell you how to be a man. That's not my job. I'm just telling you how y'all getting got by damsel in distress and Jezebel spirits. Go find somebody else to help you be a man. There's a bunch of Kevin Samuel types out on the internet. I'm just saying how to protect your paper and how to protect your livelihood and how to protect your life. Okay. You and back to wanting to feel needed, that leads into men wanting to feel strong. Every man wants to be some woman's knight in shining armor, right? Every man wants to feel like a Superman. Sometimes we call y'all Captain Saberhose, right? You feel like, I need to be strong. In a damsel in distress, she strokes your ego. She helps you feel needed so you can be strong for her. Okay. Men feel like, these women who are damsel in distress and they are Jezebels, they know how to treat a man, right? So that's mistaken with, because they allow their femininity, right? Because there's two types of femininity. There's toxic femininity and there's healthy femininity. But a lot of times, damsels in distress and Jezebel spirits hold toxic femininity. But because it's running rampant all over the place, men are having a hard time with recognizing real and fake. Y'all not distinguishing. So y'all out here wifing up hoes, and then when y'all get got, y'all want to cry. No. She been showed you she wasn't shit. You just ignored the flags. So as a woman, I'm trying to give y'all some game. You know what? Side note. I think I might have said this before in another video, but I'm going to say it again. Men, we spend, as men and women collectively, so much energy telling our daughters how to spot an ain't shit man. Oh, we go above and beyond. If he got this trait, if he this, he that, he ain't no good. But we do not stop, women and men, and really have to talk and teach our sons about ain't shit women. Because right now, it's quantity over quality. And you gonna go through quantities before you find a quality. So I'm trying to give you guys some tips to spot quality. Because guess what? I'm a woman. I'm a real woman. You know, no shade, but it is what it is. Okay? Damsels in distress are easy to please. They're low maintenance. They don't need much other than the little you do give them. You know, and I'm not talking about just monetary, but they don't require much of a man because they want to be picked, right? They're easily approachable. The sense of authority, right? Because think about it, in movies, it's always the man saving a woman from something. So men think this is just, I'm always supposed to be saving her. I'm always supposed to be, you know, making sure that she's good and she's straight. Again, men are supposed to protect and provide. I'm not diminishing that. Men are supposed to be the head of their household. They're supposed to hold shit down. But if you got a weak ass woman, you're gonna get some weak ass shit that's gonna go with it. And oftentimes when you guys are picking out damsel in distress and oh, she's weak and she's vulnerable and I have to take care of her, that comes back to bite you in high ass alimony payments and high ass child support payments. Okay? Weakness, a woman's weakness is a man's biggest weakness. So that weak woman, you want to cherish her, you want to protect her, you want to, oh my goodness, you know, I don't want anything to happen to her, she's so weak and fragile. That's dangerous to you, because again, you can have women that play these roles to manipulate. They know men want to feel like they know all of this, so they are using these traits against you. Okay? And because of your insecurity, because of an unhealthy ego, you're gonna fall for this each and every time. All right? Let me tell you why this is dangerous. If you have a woman that's too emotional, she can't see straight. She can't control her emotions. I said in another video, a woman should have a healthy balance of her masculine and feminine energy. It should be, she should know when to turn on her masculine energy, and she needs to know when to turn it off. She needs to know when to turn on her feminine energy and when to cut it off. But if a woman is too emotional, this is what separates men from women, because men are logical and a lot of men can't control their emotions. There's a lot of new men out here that's real sensitive. That's not my forte, but I'm just saying. But because she's super emotional, you can make rash decisions in your emotion. That's not good for a man. If your woman can't control her emotions to the point, okay, a good example is, you know, you're a man who does business with a lot of women. And if you have a woman that is a damsel in distress and she's so emotional, then she starts causing problems with you working with other women. She gets emotional and she throws you out of whack. That emotion can look like she's accusing you of stuff, popping up on you, you know, talking crazy, doing crazy. Yeah, that's cute when you young, but when you making $1 million, that shit is not cool. Okay? They're unable to handle pressure. They fold under pressure, right? So that weakness that you love and you crave because you want to be Captain Save-A-Ho, she's going to fold under pressure. Okay. Unpopular opinion. I don't know why I'm saying this, but okay. The Street Farm, right? You got a chick, she's weak, she folds under pressure. She going to fold on you. Okay. That's it. That's as much as you're going to get out of me. She will fold on you because she can't handle pressure. She's emotional. And it don't even have to be, you know, that lifestyle. But that's like the easiest example that I can give that I feel like folks will relate. Like, she's not going to stand 10 toes down for you. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to have your back the way that you think. She's going to save herself because she folds under pressure. And she done spent all that money and partaked in the entire lifestyle, had a great time. But because she's too emotional, she can't handle pressure, she gonna fold on you. Whether it's with your ops or whether it's with the, you know, them boys. But that's neither here nor there. That's not my business. I want to give an example that people can relate to. All right? It also, another danger is it promotes women need to be saved or rescued, right? And that opens up for love bombing. And I'm gonna leave some information in the description for love bombing, because there's tons of YouTubers online that talk about love bombing and how men should recognize it. That also goes into the energy boost, because her mouth is telling you sweet words, but her actions are doing something completely different. Or your intuition is kicking in, your gut is kicking in, and you're like, this shit don't sound right. This ain't right. But it's like, man, she telling you everything you want to hear, so you dismiss it as I'm tripping. which is, again, I bring up why men need to balance their feminine and masculine energy. You might need to learn how to turn on your feminine energy. Don't be no band. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is turn it on so you can turn on your intuition, so you can hear past the words that's coming out of her mouth and look at her actions and pay attention to the red flags so you don't get got. All right? Also, it leads to victimhood, right? So if you're constantly saving her, you're constantly, I gotta go save her. She's so weak. She's so fragile, and she's so emotional. She can't handle pressure. Now that creates an environment for this woman to be a victim. And when you're a victim, you never, oftentimes that victimhood don't allow you to take accountability for your own actions to see how you put yourself in that situation. They don't want to be told, hey babe, you messed up. Like, you should have been on time. Your supervisor, I'm not saying I'm on your supervisor's side, but you did show up 3 days late for work this week. She does have a valid point. It's not that she doesn't like you. She needs you on time to do her job. And oftentimes, the damsel in distress don't want to hear that. They don't want to take the accountability because they're the victim and they need saving. But you opened that door because you, as a man, you needed that ego boost. You wanted to feel needed. And that stuff is great at first until years and years, and that shit becomes draining. Okay? And she will use her vulnerability, right? Because again, toxic femininity. She will use her vulnerability to drain you financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You gotta be to work at 4 a.m., but she needs you to lay the pipe down for 3 hours. Now you go to work, you drain, and you not sufficient at work. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a great pipe down. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is she should know I need to make sure that man let me hit that alarm clock and make sure my dude is straight. So at 4 a.m. when he got to go to work, let me make sure his lunch is being made. Let me make sure he got a good bath and he going to sleep. And this is not for you women out there. No, it's a difference. You take care of your man and you be good to your man. I'm not saying be nobody mama. There's a difference. You take care of your man. You supposed to make your man feel like that man. What I'm telling,
power on.
oh, there you go, confirmation. What I'm telling you is there's a healthy and there's a toxic way of doing certain things, right? So she uses her victimhood to drain. And then eventually as a man, you feel like, God damn, there's nothing I can do to please her. It's always a problem. I'm always spending money. I'm always spending time, resource, energy. With the 5 Heartbeat movie, every night I gotta prove my love. That becomes draining on a man. That's not healthy. You wondering why men are getting heart attacks and they stressed. Because they got a draining ass woman by their side. Okay? Just because she acts like she's peaceful in the street don't mean she's peaceful at home. And again, I'm not giving relationship advice. I'm giving you characteristics to spot. I'm going to tell you how this goes back to the boardroom. Okay? As a man, when you are constantly playing Captain Save a Hoe, you're going to begin to feel inadequate because you're going to be so drained that you're going to feel like, damn, I can't do enough to please her. And then you begin to feel like she's being ungrateful. Then you want to fix her. We tell our daughters all the time, don't be fixing men, don't be building up men. Let men figure it out and don't do that. Same thing. Let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with a man taking care of his woman. There's nothing wrong with a man making sure his woman is straight. But what I'm saying is this. If you are dating and y'all just started dating and she trying to get you to pay her rent and y'all not that serious, as an adult, a grown-ass woman is supposed to be able to pay her rent. A grown-ass woman is supposed to be able to pay her lights and her car note and her stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Life happens. And as women, we get into jams. and we need help. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when it's like you dating, now you got a bill, that girl is now your bill, that's something different. That's something different. But because you want to feel needed and strong, you tapping into your resource. What's going to happen when you ain't got no more resources? Because she's needy. She's always a victim. She always needs help. She's always in need. As soon as you can't provide them needs, she gonna go on to the next man that can. And then you gonna sit there and be like, oh, these women are all the same. No. You take accountability. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Okay. This is also not good because as men, you'll begin to feel drained and alone. So it's like, damn, a good example is this. Let's say you holding it down, right? You working, you providing, you doing everything that you need to do, but you're with a damsel in distress and you lose your job, you lose your income, you lose your status, you lose your resources. You can't be vulnerable because one, like I said, she's going to go on to the next one. That's number one. Number two, not only will she go on to the next one, she can't help you. She can't do any, there's no, baby, let's figure this out together. We a team. Okay, you lost your job. I'm working over here. Maybe go back to school or do this, and this. I'm going to hold it down so you can get. And there's a fine line with that too. But what I'm saying is, she's your helpmate. You know what I'm saying? She's the person that she going to be there and vulnerable and tender enough to help y'all figure it out together. Versus you sitting there like, I done lost everything and I don't know how I'm going to take care of me and her. Your man holding it down. She's saving money on the side. Baby, it's okay. You gave me the paycheck and all the bills is paid, but I managed to squirrel away, $100 a month or $200 a month. We good for the next 3 months. We'll figure it out. It's okay. We gonna work through this. But if you got a damsel in distress, she folding under pressure. She looking for the next man because she don't see you recuperating. This is not good because men do need a rest from the hero syndrome. Men need rest too. It's not just about cooking his meal and doing all of the dainty things. Like, he needs support. He needs help. And, again, it goes back to intention. Some women want to help you in your business so they can act like they're helping, but what they really doing is they eye spying to see what you really making and what you got in the bank and what you got going on. To see how that could better her movement. And then now you done got duped because you think you saving her. And then you done wiped her up. And now she telling all your business to the judge. Men need to be able to be vulnerable too. And men need support too. And they need to be loved in a healthy fashion. As men, you need to be loved in a healthy fashion. Not in a drained and entitled fashion. Women, we are the weaker vessel. It's just fucking human nature. But we don't have to drain everything from that man. And we don't have to, take advantage. And again, this is a video for men. I will talk to women later. We train our daughters to look for traits in ancient men, but we don't train our sons to look for traits in ancient women. She constantly, she known you 1 month and she asking you to help her with a car note. But because you want to feel strong and you're doing something and you want to play house, Now you caught up. I don't know. Food for thought. It's food for thought. It's food for thought. That heroism, make sure that it's not rooted in insecurity. Because I think independent women, and I've said it before, they get a bad rap. Let me tell you why you need an independent woman. And throat chakra. Why you need an independent woman that is balanced in her masculine and feminine energy is because if you get jammed up, she got your back. She's shooting in the gym with you. Y'all a team. She don't care if you got $5 or $5 million. She rocking with you. The damsel in distress is getting her needs met. It's a one-sided relationship. It's unrequited because she has nothing to offer you because she's so weak and she's such a victim. But if you so insecure and you need to feel needed and you need to feel strong and macho, again, I said it in another video, go back and heal with your mother and go back and heal with your childhood, because a lot of times men fall for these types because when they were children and if they did not have healthy representation, you know, you felt like, man, I can't save my mom from this abusive man or this bad relationship, then you attract women that you feel like you can save, but that shit is gonna wear you out financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually if you're not careful. A woman should, you know, and it might sound slightly contradictory, but yes, we should need our men, but in a healthy way. I'm no relationship advice expert. That's not what I do. I'm just giving you this food for thought so that way when you enter into these relationships in the boardroom, you can see, like, damsels in distress are in the boardroom. They're in that higher. You have the damsel in distress and you always trying to save her. You the manager, you know she's supposed to be to work every day at 10 o'clock, but she telling you how her car ain't fixed and how, you know, Tyrone punched her in the forehead and she's sorry she's late. And then you always feel like, man, I gotta, you know, let such and such slide. And then the day you can't take it no more and you fire her, she gonna tell everybody you sexually harassed her and now you gotta pay out $1. I don't know. Just kind of throwing it out there. Just giving you something to think about. Now, let's talk about why men fall for the Jezebels. Okay. Better yet, why men attract Jezebels. Yeah, let's talk about men who attract Jezebels. Men who attract Jezebels often are people pleasers and they're easily controlled. You know, again, I'm not here to teach you how to be a man, so don't be trying to roast me. That's not what I do. I'm just telling you how not to get got, okay? How not to be 18 years and find out the kid ain't even yours type of energy. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. But the reason why you attract these Jezebel spirits is because you're a people pleaser. You don't know how to say no. You easily control. You want to make everybody happy. It is not your job as a man to make everybody happy. Happiness is a self thing. That's within that person. Now, don't get me wrong. I love flowers. I love surprises. I love to be spoiled like any other woman. I love soft life, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But people pleasing is dangerous. People pleasing is dangerous. Learn how not to be a people pleaser. Rejection, right? So men who attract Jezebels are scared of rejection. So you clinging on to friendships and you're a magnet for dysfunctional relationships because you don't want to be left out in the cold. You don't want to be rejected. So this chick know you don't want to be rejected. So one minute she boosts your ego up, one minute she tears you down because she knows that you're a people pleaser and you scared to be rejected. So again, that's the intention and how these women use toxic femininity against you. Right? Also, another reason why men attract Jezebels is fear of authority. This right here, if you don't take no takeaway from men who attract Jezebels, let me, again, it's deep rooted in a relationship with your mother and that inner child healing, and you not healing from what you went through growing up with your mother. If you had that mama who was emasculating men, talking crazy to men in her house, and you had to walk on eggshells, you can never speak up, and this is you as a boy. You can't never speak up because she's going to fly off the handle. She's going to go nuts. She's going to go crazy. So you feel like keeping the silence is keeping the peace, which goes back to people pleasing. Well, I ain't going to say nothing because she going to go off and I don't want to hear it. And she's so emotional. She going to fold under pressure, blah, 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 blah. So the fear of authority, you walking on eggshells around your woman. You can't really tell her how you feel. Baby, you was wrong. You shouldn't have spoke to me like that, or you shouldn't have did that. But you don't want to hear like, man, you don't want to hear all of that. That opens you up to attract women who are Jezebel spirits, because you don't know how to be a man. And hey, we not talking like that in this house. You ain't got to talk. You can say what you need to say without raising your voice, putting me down, or trying to emasculate me. Double-minded. If you're a man who's double-minded, you will attract a Jezebel, because you don't know how to make a decision for yourself. It goes back to people-pleasing, the fear of rejection, the fear of authority. So you double-minded, and now you getting manipulated. You can't determine what's your feelings or what's her feelings, because she always in your ear. She always in your ear. So now you acting like a band. This is why you attracting Jezebel spirits. This is why you attracting gold diggers. Jezebel was a killer and a prostitute on a good day. They create a fog. You attract Jezebels. They create a fog around your mind. That's that love bombing. They telling you everything you want to hear all the time. A real woman is going to be like, baby, you messed up. I'm going to give you a prime example. Right? If I'm out with my man, right? I'm single now by choice, right? But let's say I'm in a relationship and I'm out with my man. Hey guys, back again. I'm sorry. I was trying to camera cut off. I guess they didn't want me to give this example, but let me make it quick and explain. You out with your man, right? And let's say he get in an argument where something goes down. He gets in an argument or whatever, right? And you know he's wrong. You know he's dead wrong. You don't put him down in front of everybody and emasculate him. You have his back, you know, in the best way that you can. And I'm not saying, you know, that's communication. We're going to talk about communication skills in the boardroom too. But like, there's a way to handle that situation where he doesn't feel like he's being embarrassed. You know, as a woman, we're communicators. So you should be able to, de-escalate the situation, decompress the situation, right? So he can walk away still feeling like a man. But when you get home, baby, that was wrong. You shouldn't have said such and such. You know, you hurt his or her feelings. And I can see their point of view. I'm not saying I don't have your back, but baby, you might need to really check yourself and really think about it. It's a way that you handle it. You don't put that man down. You don't argue him. You don't go against him in public. You have his back. I don't know. That's just my thought process. Anywho, again, I hope this helps. I hope these lessons turn into blessings. And I want to say this just to put this out there. Oftentimes, women don't even know they embody the Jezebel spirit because they watch their mothers and their sisters and their aunties. So this is normal to them. And it comes from toxic, unhealed women. And also, too, let me put y'all men up on game. Vindictive women. If you dealing with a woman and she's telling you how she getting back the next person, what she gonna do to get them back, and how she gonna screw them over, and what she gonna do to them, what makes you think she's not gonna do it to you when you get on her bad side? Stay away from vindictive women. Stay away from vindictive women. As soon as if that is a huge red flag. If you dating and you with a woman and she's already telling you how she gonna bury somebody, do some mean-spirited shit to somebody else, I don't care if you're on a highway, let her ass out on a highway or the nearest gas station, call her, be a gentleman, call her Uber if you feel like it, and send her on her way. Because it's only a matter of time before she turns on you. So play with her if you want to. Cause she just ain't vindictive to you yet, cause you ain't on the chopping block. Beware of vindictive women. Beware of them. Beware of vindictive women. It's very important. You guys see the red flags all the time, but you guys are not trained to spot them. You're not trained to look at them. You know what? Before we go, I want to tell you something. I found a great article, and I'm going to post it inside of the description for you to look at. But here are evil personality traits to look for when it comes to Jezebel women. Pure evil and hate. They're vile. They have huge pride, huge egos. They're highly lustful and seductive. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being highly lustful and seductive. It's your intent, okay? It's one thing if you want to make your man feel like the man, as you should, or you're doing it because you're trying to get your way and you're trying to coerce and you're trying to be vile, vindictive, and you're doing it for bad reasons. Again, check your intent. They are highly self-centered and narcissistic. They will always seek to be the center of attention, right? Every night I gotta prove my love. They're very judgmental, critical, condescending, and demeaning. That's a huge one. Very judgmental, critical, condescending, and demeaning. They're overly demanding and manipulating. Okay, she know you ain't got the money for, a $300 dinner. Why is she cursing you out for that? Go get Mexican. Mexican is good as pub. I love it. Taco Tuesdays. That's my shit. Okay? Very combative, confrontational. She can be cold, ruthless, cunning, and calculating. So that's where your pregnancy traps come in. That's where you're gold digging, you're coercing, right? And then they use sex, the lustfulness, and the seductiveness, throat chakra,